right, tell me.
Welcome to my backyard.
It's crazy.
Come on.
Come on.
How
All
many
right.
times you gotta go homeless to get here?
All right, Legacy, tell me, how old are you right now, and where are you living, and what's going on?
I'm 23. I live in Venice, California. Not the same city, technically, actually. I live over there, but don't show the camera that way because I don't, in case, but I live that way.
Nice,
And
nice.
that's the ocean.
Nice.
So,
Awesome. How do you like California?
you know, I love the ocean and not being cold all the time. I like that there's a lot of really great music out here, and it's alright.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about what made you move out to California.
Oh.
We good. Keep on moving, buddy. What made you move out here?
I was traveling around Europe for a little bit because I really wanted to start a band out there. Merely driven by like aesthetic. I was like, I'm gonna be in London, whatever. And then I ended up getting really sick, so I came home. And then when we were up north for our little family reunion, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna move out to California. I'm gonna drive out there. And then your ass is like, oh my God, like, we have a room open in our apartment for a couple weeks. And then I was like, I guess I have to go now. But I came here to do music, but also because Megan had an extra room in her apartment.
Yeah. Hey, question, what are you drinking? Do you want to trade? You want a taste of this shit?
Yeah.
Take a hit of that, I'll take a hit of this.
I used to spend like $8 a day on sparkling water, but then I found the life hack of like going to a bar, like getting acquainted with the bartenders, and then when you walk in, you just make it super nonchalant. You're like, can I just have like a soda water or something? Like, just like, you have to use the word water. Like, you can't say sparkling water because then they're gonna charge you for it. But if you say club soda, they're also gonna charge you for it. So you have to say soda water in order to get it.
That makes sense. All right, Legacy, tell me about what kind of music do you perform and write?
I guess like rock generally. The other day I was talking to my friend's sister who I met for the first time, and she was like, yeah, my sister told me you're kind of like a creepy and mysterious Amy Winehouse. And I was like, yeah, that's because I don't know, I belt a lot. Like, that's kind of my thing, is like I get really loud, and a lot of people tell me that I have a lot of voice for being a small person. So yeah, I guess I do like rock, slightly jazz influence, just because my band is like, they're all jazz cats. Heavily influenced by like 90s, 70s stuff. My favorite band is Supertramp. I like learned how to sing by listening to Dolores O'Riordan and Florence Welch. And I would say like, I've been also telling people it's like existential rock, because all the things that I write about are basically just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm alone. I don't understand myself or anything or men. So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Legacy, what does it feel like when you sing? How would you describe it?
It's like right here. It just feels very big. And then I kind of do it to the point where I tire myself out. So it's like, I guess a release. But it's more of like I kind of like expand for a little bit. And then I just kind of like go back, once I'm done, I'm just like back to where I am. But
what do you write about?
Well, so I just like wrapped up an EP. A lot of the songs on it were actually some of like the original stuff that I ever worked on. One of the songs is about walking around a graveyard, feeling alone, and then like comparing that to like walking around Europe around stones, but bigger stones, and also being alone and just like pretty much being convinced that like Yeah, I'm gonna end this way, but like that's cool. Like I kind of expect that. Some of the other songs are just like about how relationships have gone for me. Um, oh fuck, I'm not explaining this well.
It's okay. You can always start over.
Yeah.
The nice thing about an edit is you can just pick up wherever you want, start over. That's okay. I don't like when people prepare for questions because they end up sounding rehearsed, so that's why I like this.
Yeah.
But you can take your time.
I'm just trying to think of like the songs that I've written. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I would say like most of my stuff is about like my own inner dialogue and like my like introspection that I have about what's going on. So I'm like thinking about and like reciting the ways that I believe that the world works, like almost like esoterically. Like a lot of my songs are about letting go in order to receive, or like the fact that like you can kind of manipulate yourself into becoming like a certain version or an image. A lot about like, you know, the issues that like we experience are really just about like the thoughts that we have within ourselves. So like, I don't, especially being around a lot of musicians. Like I wrote this song called War, and it's about when I was living in the motel and how like it like doesn't really matter where I am. Like I'm still kind of existing in this like internal space. Like I'll just kind of like get sucked in and trapped in there, and then you know it like, to me at least, like I'm fully convinced that like it influences the way that everything out here works for me. And I think like it's actually like a common thing with I guess artists, or you know, it's like we spend a lot of time alone and like we kind of create worlds for ourselves, and it slowly seeps out everywhere. You know, you walk into a room and there's like fucking paper everywhere, like everyone's got like paint on me or something, and it's because I'm not paying attention a lot of the time, even though I care a lot about what's going on out here. Like I'm almost like hyper judgmental of like the way that things seem or look, but like at the end of the day I'm always in there, you know. So, and then when I like wake up in the morning and I put my feet in the ocean and I kind of like become present for the first time in 5 days, I'm like, holy shit. Like I'm a person. It's so scary. I hate it.
Tell me about some of the like routine gigs that you have right now. Where are you performing? And then from there let's revisit some of the recent performances, Troubadour, different places that you performed recently. Yeah. And whenever you're thinking, always look this direction instead of that direction.
That direction?
Yeah, because otherwise you lose the light on your face.
Okay. Wait, what was the places?
Yeah, what are like routine gigs you have, and let's talk about some of the highlight gigs you've had recently.
Well, I mean, the Brig every Tuesday. I've been going there for like, I don't even know how many months at this point, but it's just like, I'll sit in with all the old jazz cats and we'll do like Steely Dan or like, you know, Fleetwood Mac or one of those tunes. So yeah, I've been doing that for a really long time. I love everybody there. Thank you, Kenny, for the opportunity. Bless you. For a while, I was going to this karaoke bar called Irish Times every Wednesday, but then it kind of got weird, so I stopped going. And then, I don't know, there's nowhere else right now that I'm like consistently playing at. I had a gig at this club called the Dragonfly last Saturday. You were there. And it was because it was like a club venue, so everybody was just kind of sitting down watching me, and David, the guy that booked me, actually wrote in the email like, I'm sorry everyone was sitting for your performance, but like I kind of like went up and I was like kissing people and stuff, so I went into the audience.
Thought it was fun.
Yeah. And then
tell me about the Troubadour. That was a pretty big one.
That was a money maker. Yeah, I was driving one day. I was looking at my phone while I was driving, and I saw this ad on Instagram, and it was like, we're booking gigs, and I was like, I want to book gigs. So then I called them, and they're like, oh, we have the Troubadour available for November, what was it, 29th, something like the day after Thanksgiving, and I was like, sure. So I sent them my videos, And they were like, yeah, you can do it. And I'm like, I am nothing and nobody. Like, the biggest bar I had played out in LA at that point was like this cinema bar in Culver City. It's like shitty little dive bar. So I was like, why the fuck are they letting me play here? But they did. They gave me 500 physical tickets. I gave out every single one. I like walked around and just gave out tickets for free. It forced me to like put merch together. Yeah, it was just, I borrowed this like really sexy Jean Paul Gaultier dress for my vintage job. Yeah, it was huge. That was like the biggest I've ever felt, I think. Because it was on a stage. It was like a proper like concert. There had to have been like 200 people there. It was good.
Let's talk about wardrobe and like you can take either one.
I don't know.
Costumes. You want that? You want both? She can't decide.
I'm gonna switch.
Too many options of sparkling water. All you have to do to get Legacy to be interviewed is bribe her with sparkling water.
All you need. But to do anything. Like, literally
Oh,
anything.
jeez. Don't broadcast that. Feet pictures coming up. Okay, next is, tell us about, like, your, like, relationship with clothes and, like, have you engaged having, like, a persona? Or, like, do you feel like it's authentically you still? Like, what's that like?
So the interesting thing about clothes is that for most of my life, like, what would kind of happen is I just wake up and put on the same thing. Like, I wear the same outfit every day. Usually it's like the past couple of years, it's been like jeans, white t-shirt, white tank top. But I love fashion. Like, I spent a lot of time in college and high school thrifting and, you know, doing all that kind of stuff because my mom was, like, really into that. But it wasn't until I started working at this place in Venice that I kind of just became obsessed with clothes because, like, every day new things would come in and then, like, you know, I get to try stuff on and I'm like, ooh, like, I like the way this looks on me. Like, you know, I actually feel different based on, you know, what I have in my body. And so, yeah, I think over the past year, like, I've slowly just started to collect things that I like, things that, like, are very flamboyant and feel sexy. And I like to use the word novel, like, items of novelty. Like, you know, this vintage tapestry bag that I have. I'm, like, obsessed with these now.
I love it.
But, yeah, I would say, like, I'm super inspired by, like, 1940s and 1990s, like, color palettes, kind of fits, cuts, whatever. And yeah, I've just, like, acquired things like fur coats out of nowhere, so now I guess this is just, like, my thing. I'm always wearing my dangle bracelets, but it's like, most days I kind of still have to force myself to dress up. But I do it because, I don't know, it's just like, why the fuck not? But I think like it definitely has played into like this persona that I'm developing. Like, I wouldn't like go out and do this every day. Well, I mean, I've been doing it every day recently, but I think I'm just like trying to see how I can bring myself to a place that's a little uncomfortable, but and like maybe like unnecessarily extravagant, but like, why the fuck not?
I love it. By the way, surfers out here right now.
Yeah.
Have you ever been surfing?
Once.
What was that like?
Adam took me. You and Adam took me. We were both there. I couldn't get up. I tried, but I couldn't get up because I have really bad balance. But it was cool. I'm just like scared as shit of the waves.
Yeah, they're scary. Okay. Shifting gears, I feel like we're gonna get so much other stuff in the future because I have a million questions I want to ask. But can you tell me about what's the biggest lesson or like realization you think you've had as you've begun this journey of pursuing music full time? Or something you've worked through in the last year?
Well, I mean, I think like the most important thing is your attitude about it. it always shows through. Like, I don't care how good of production the song has, who's worked on it. It's like, if the intention always shows from what someone's really trying to either get out of it or, you know, whatever. And I think, like, the best work, or at least the work that, like, I love the most, is the stuff that is, you know, we didn't do vocal correction, or, like, we weren't trying to make it like a product to sell. Like, the goal isn't to, like, you know, get people to listen to it. It's like, the whole point is expression. Like, it's like, okay, I will say this. Something that I've struggled with is trying to understand, like, what does my music, like, do? Like, why the fuck would anyone care? Like, what does it do? And I think, like, it doesn't really matter if people resonate with it at the end of the day or not. Like, the whole point is, like, it's almost like a purge. Like, you have to, like, get something out that you can't feel like you can communicate properly with words, or, like, you know, in any other sort of, like, medium. I struggle to communicate all the time. Like, I either don't speak at all, or, like, I hold my thoughts in, or, like, I don't know how to articulate things. And so I guess this is just a way of, like, letting go. I don't know if I like that answer.
It's okay, you can.
I mean, there's some, like, I feel like there's, like, truth to some of the things I said, but basically people they can tell if you're trying to get something. I guess. Yeah. Like, that's, like, you can't hide from that. You really can't.
Yeah.
And that, like, I made that mistake. Like, that was a giant mistake. Is, like, I sacrificed so much to get something just to have all of it, like, gone within a span of months again. And it's like, that's not the reason why I started doing this. Like, that's not the point. You know? So, like, this project that I'm working on right now, like, I really love it because it just has a lot of authenticity to it. Like, it's no bullshit. Like, we're not overthinking it. We're not overdoing it. I didn't, like, change any words to be like, ooh, like, people might like it better if I say this, or, like, if we put this noise in there. It's like, if people like it, they like it, but, like, it's honest. And I think if it's not honest, it's not art.
That's great. When this is done flying by, it ain't LA without some helicopters. Yeah, we're gonna head back, but I want to ask, before we do, can you tell me what the name of your album that's about to come out is? How long you've been working on it, and how close you are to being done?
So, I'm working on a short, like, EP. Well, it's not short. It's, like, half an album. It's 5 songs. I'm working on it with my producer, Joey. Wonderful. Biggest chain-smoking motherfucker you'll ever meet. That man loves his American Spirit blues, but all musicians do. Yeah, it has 5 songs. I started working on it back, I guess, November proper, and we've just been recording every Monday for the past couple months. Yeah, yesterday was our last recording day, so that was a little depressing. But yeah, I had my friend Connor play and produce all of the guitars on it, my friend Rhea on drums, and then my friend Cooper on bass. And then we just brought in some other guys, like CJ for trumpet, Eric for cello, a couple of other people for some other instruments. And yeah, it's just been, it's got a very rock and roll, Gatsby, Coldplay, Fleetwood Mac, 90s and 70s feel to it. And I think it's the greatest thing that I have ever done. And I'm really excited for it.
Yeah. Would you be willing to play me some of it?
Yeah.
Awesome.